Alright. At this time, I think there were a lot of... I think the main show was the To Catch a Predator that was popular at this time. Where they would try to catch people after, like, the 14-year-old, 13-year-old kids trying to be on the fucking internet. Popular things were, like, the chat rooms. MySpace was huge. Facebook was just getting started. You had to have a college account to be on Facebook. Yeah, I think I was in college when Facebook went public and you could be any account to be on Facebook. I think I was usually on Yahoo or MSN for chat rooms. This was right after you didn't have to have dial-up to fucking be online. So, I graduated in 06. That puts a time frame on anything. So you're looking at like 05, 06. Because this is right before I graduated. Pretty much didn't give a fuck anymore. My free time, when I couldn't sleep and nobody else was awake, I was in the chat rooms. I didn't meet up with a lot of people. Like, there were only a few. But I didn't heed the warnings. I was pretty much to the point where I was like, I don't care. If I get unalived, I get unalived. Like, what's the worst that can happen at this point? Like, I have nothing left to lose at this point. I think it was around my junior year, with everything that had happened, I did write a unaliving note in paint on my bedroom wall. I believe it was my older brother that found it, told my mom, and they took the door handle off my door. My response was to block my door with a dresser whenever I was in my room, because I'm still gonna close my fucking door. I'm a teenage girl. Want my privacy. Fuck y'all. Like, I was just over it. I was over being the glorified fucking babysitter and chauffeur. I was over everything that had happened. Everything. I was over it all. Constant tension, the always being never enough at that point. Because my accomplishments, yeah, they were accomplishments, but like, they weren't, I couldn't own them in my own way, because at that point it was, my mom would flip it of, well, yeah, you did that, but why didn't you do this too? So, it was whatever. I was hardly sleeping, like 2-3 hours a night. What's the worst that could happen? In my brain, what's next? If that's what's next, is it really so bad? It's almost time for school to be over. Got into one college. It's like the only one I applied 'cause, 'to. 'Cause, 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 So, what's so bad? Don't know. And ironically, I met the person that ended up being my child's father via the internet. My senior year. And he lives near where I was going to college. So it was kind of a win-win. Because I'm like, you're a ticket to leave my current living situation faster. But at the same time, I was looking just to get out of my situation. I didn't see where he was trying to use me for his situation. Which in and of itself is kind of my fault, but not really. Because you can't really expect what you don't expect. And you can't really foresee what's to come with everything else. All you can do is react when it happens, which is what we do. So, we move for college, before college, which is a move for myself to get out of my situation. It has its own ramifications. Which are unforeseen. For my younger brother. And then it has its own ramifications for myself as well. Because I end up in a situation where we're mutually using each other for our own benefit. For you see, I have chosen to move in with a narcissistic person who is also in his own way like a con artist. Which is an interesting situation. Now, I choose to focus on school, and I choose to focus on work, and not on the relationship. But there are a lot of ramifications with this being my actual first relationship. And I do start seeing him while I'm still in school. And there are some things that happen that actually end one of my friendships while I'm still in high school, which we'll get into.